Happy Friday. 4:11. You're probably gonna hear background noise. I have the door open because I just put the AC in. It's hot. I know you guys down south in the Midwest have already got warm weather. It's hitting here. It's humid as balls. We're supposed to get some thunderstorms tonight. But I'm sweating. I'll spare you the look of my face right now because yeah, it's that bad. But touching base, I hope you guys had a great Memorial Day. I had fun. I don't want to say I'm disappointed in the video I put out, but there was a lot of flying, a lot of content, hijinks, and I kind of just went, I wanted to enjoy the time with friends and family and not worry about getting a bunch of B-roll and in between stuff of flying and some of the crashing and the hijinks. Excuse me. So I just flew a bit with Brian, and I just kind of threw together some of the footage I had. I had 12, 13 packs worth of footage, and a lot of it was very repetitive because we were just doing gaps and doing the little track they were setting up and trying different ways to go through it. And I did some footage with the Insta360. Brian had made me a mount, and I don't have it on here. I kind of made it like a quick connect thing where I just take the top two screws off, I leave the two in here, and I use this for it. So I'm going to hopefully order mine this week. We'll see. But I got some footage that I forgot about until literally the second as I said it that I can put together, and that would help the video. But I got the content out of horsing around and some of the track that we have set up and flying through people and stuff. It was a great time. I am very blessed with the friends and family that I have. Brian, big shout to you, Drone Tread on Me. He's like my brother. I absolutely enjoy flying with him. Him and I are very, very similar with the ADHD and just absent-mindedness, but the insane creativity, the passion for flying. He's family to me for life. My kids love him to death. The wife digs him. So he's always got a home here. So big shout to him. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I said Drone Tread on Me. Check him out on YouTube. He deserves some more followers. He's an absolute incredible editor in what he does to his videos. I'm just touching base, staying connected to you guys a little bit. I'm going to start a project over here in a second, but I haven't really talked about Sweet Tooth since the crash that I had. Crashes, trying to do the loops through the cars and stuff like that, and breaking the hoops. And I had to rebuild and change, and I really haven't kind of talked about them as much. So obviously the hoops are off, or the prop guard connector protector things. My old Blade Torrent 110, I had some soft mounts, so I threw them on there, changed all of the motor bolts, Loctited them, put some different props on. I've been experimenting with 2-inch versus 2.3-inch, the Avon props, and these are actually HQ 2.5, and they're super smooth. And this might be a cool little thing. Let me see if I can get a little prop up here. Let me use the GoPro. All right, so you have all this room, which is cool if you put a bigger camera, a split style camera, so you have a lot of room here. Especially if you have a bent prop or a misaligned motor, you're going to get vibration, which translates through the frame, standoffs, and everything. Soft mount will help. Obviously, better props will make a huge difference. But the way this mount designs, if you can see, especially if you're new, this is more geared towards the newer guys. You have two mounts on each side, and it has a little plastic piece that goes back, and it screws into the camera. And speaking of that, ADD moment. So I had gotten that's also the Razor. That's the Razor Nano. I had gotten this with a nice dent in it, and I figured whatever was on there that I thought was a black dent in the lens is gone, which is weird. But this is the micro version of it. After figuring out some things and by accident, so I switched this to NTSC, and then all of my on-screen display disappeared while flying. When I plug it in, it's there. When I'm looking through the goggles, I can access all the menus, it's there. But as soon as I armed, all of it disappeared. Could not figure out for the life of me in settings what the hell was going on. I accidentally ordered the PAL version of this, and as soon as I plugged it in, there it came. So I had to go back and change some of the settings, get it back, and I still have one setting. I have a weird empty bar that runs across the screen. If anybody know what that represents, because I just kind of went in and clicked the X on some of the active elements, and I can't figure out which one it was, but I got to change that. But so I plug in the Nano, same plug, and all my OSD came back on, so I have live feed while I'm flying. I do not understand why, and that's the only thing that's changed. I went into the settings of this guy and couldn't find anything that would cause that. But Oh, the kids are making noise. Let me close that door. Hold on a sec. I don't want to hear people arguing about Barbie dolls while I'm talking about drones and quadcopters. But yeah, so there was no settings in here that I changed. So the camera's good. So I have a backup now. Because I thought I permanently scratched or dented the lens when I tried to do a crazy shoot underneath Beerfly FPV's car and Brian's, and I ended up headbutting the meatball on Brian's truck on top of hitting everything else under both of their trucks. But oh, and I did break the antenna also. But yeah, so this camera's good. No more little spot on here. So if I decide to build something, or if somebody's looking for a camera, hit me up. I got that extra one there. But yeah, so what I did to kind of counteract the jello, which the props are good, motors are good, but it free floats. So if there's any shimmer, it just translates right through it. So I took a piece of foam or hard rubber, wherever it is, you can't see it, little drop of glue just to keep it from running loose on the bottom. And then I set the camera down so the butt of it actually touches, so there is no room for movement. I flew it the other day and I saw no jello in it whatsoever. So problem solved. Yes, I smashed the antenna. I was going through the swing set way too fast, and I had the antenna up, and I smacked the ball on it, and just like that other one I had, it sounded like broken glass when you rattled it. So I don't think I have a loose one floating around. No, but these are Foxy or Lollipop. I don't know what version 2 or 3. I even got bumps on it already. But they're super tiny. It has the U.FL connector, if I'm saying that right. As you can see right there. It's connected right there. I have just one zip tie. It keeps it in place. Phenomenal reception on the FPV feed. Nothing's changed. It's got the VTX02 in there, 200 milliwatt, and it works great. So I am very, very happy with that. So Sweet Tooth is back up in the air. I switched the LEDs, and obviously a lot less. I had them all the way around the rear hoops, which looked insane at nighttime, but I had to kind of compromise a little bit. So what I did was still got it coming out the back, little glue, run it along the top, and it gives it enough of a glow so you can see it floating around. I am very happy. It's 3S. I had a Diatone GTR 95 or something along those lines in letters, and that thing was the craziest, fastest little 2-inch that I ever had. It was a lot heavier, so I think it had a little bit more momentum, so it seemed, especially flying straight, but the punches were nuts on that. This isn't as fast, but I'm okay with that because it's just dialed in. It flies really cool. Again, I'm not a super aggressive fast flyer, so this guy definitely does what I need it to do, and very happy. But my little project for now until dinner is I have been dying. Move the GoPro out of the way. This is Mr. Cinematic. This is my chill Cinewhoop. This is the Mega Bee, this iFlight Mega Bee, my Cinewhoop. I love this thing. It flies so good. I think I can still tweak the PIDs just a little bit. You get so much dirty air underneath this when you're flying low, so you get a tiny bit of a shimmer. So I think adding a little bit to the eye gain across the board will help that. But this has no LEDs. Every Cinewhoop that I see guys flying, they always have LEDs, and it helps it to stand out a little bit, especially if you're flying with buddies. And if you're concentrating on your line, that LED in front of you will stand out. I had gotten one of these little LEDs here from winning the Backwards Flight Challenge from RCing and SC. Big shout to him. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mount this guy back here, something like that. Something simple, and it's color changeable by sticks. It won't do it on its own. I'm not going to go into the flight controller. I'm not worried about that on this one. And just get this guy in here just so it has a little bit of glow in the back, so it makes it stand out a little more. I'll see how it looks and make sure I'm happy with it. The OCD is kicking in because the lights aren't in the center of it, but I think I'll be all right with that. If I don't like it, I tried these out the other day. I got the little tiny LEDs. These things are super, super tiny, bright, real bright. I got a green, I got 2 green, 2 blue. So that's backup if I'm not happy with this one. But let me get to it. I'm going to install these. I hope you guys have a great Friday evening. And I will see you, I'm sure, this weekend because I'm going to do some flying. I got to get back out and do some more live stuff with you guys to sit and chat so you guys can ask questions. I know a lot of people ask about PIDs and tuning and stuff like that. And the stuff that I know has helped a bunch of people. So if I can get out there and do it live, that would be kind of cool. And then just talk quads and questions and stuff like that and help as many of you guys as I can. Maybe I can get Brian involved on it. That'd be kind of cool. So, happy Friday. Stay safe. See you soon.